In this video, you're going to discover something extremely profound that will help you to let go of this fear of being seen. And it's going to allow you to show up consistently and be seen while respecting your nervous system. But here's what I can tell you. You're not going to let go of the fear of being seen by simply showing up more. That is a mistake, and that's what a lot of people want to do, but it doesn't work that way. Hello, so family, if you don't know me, my name is Iggy, and I help leaders and people just like you to embody your most authentic self and liberate yourself so you can become more magnetic by simply being you. And in this video, I want to talk about the fear of being seen and one way that you can simply let go of this by not faking it or forcing it. It's important for us to understand that being seen is something that has a lot of fear around exposure, especially if you are a healer, a coach, a truth seeker, a herbalist, and you're a light worker and you're here to support the planet Earth in this ascension and the great awakening we're going through. And if you struggle with the fear of being seen, just like I've struggled almost my entire life, I want to share something with you that has changed my life and it might change yours. I used to be extremely self-conscious. I remember a time that I deleted my Instagram back in 2020, and I had no Instagram account for 2 years. Then once I found my partner, my beautiful wife, mother of my child, Ella Trotter, she was a yoga teacher, she had a yoga teaching school, and she would always be posting on Instagram, and she encouraged me to do more of that. And I remember in 2022 when I made my first post on Instagram, and it was only a photo of me and what was happening in my life in those 2 years that I disappeared from social medias. And I was so insecure by simply sharing that. I had social anxiety and almost like a vulnerability hangover from that post that took me about 2 days to recover. That was my level of hiding. I was the lonely wolf. I want to do things always on my own, and it took me a lot of years to understand why. And I finally figured it out, and it's a long journey ahead. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not something that we can overcome overnight. Sorry, there's a lot of flies here. Unfortunately, it's not something that we can overcome overnight. But here's the number one thing that will help you tremendously. And I wanted to break down this path of showing up and being seen in sort of pillars, We can work in a lot of things. Let's say our self-love, self-acceptance, inner child work. And these are sort of top pillars. Now, there's things that hold this structure of the fear of being seen, social anxiety, or being self-conscious. And let's say that this is a tower of fear. If we're able to break the structure down, it becomes a lot easier for us to break down all of the other layers that are blocking us from showing up fully and authentically. One of these pillars, there's two. Let's talk about both of them. First one is our ancestral pain that we carry. Throughout centuries and a millennia, healers, truth seekers, spiritual teachers, they were persecuted, they were burnt at stake, they were tortured, mocked. We've always been persecuted. Our ancestors that have gone through this for so long, they've carried this in their DNA. Can you imagine being burnt at stake, being persecuted, being imprisoned like my grandfather was? It passed on down to generations. So a big part of us, we carry this ancestral pain in our bodies. Our body knows it best and it's trying to defend us from this. So a big part of the work is ancestral lineage healing. This is one thing that you can do. The second is very tied to it, is karmic law. It's our past lives. So throughout so many past lives, we have been burnt at stake, we've been persecuted and killed for speaking the truth, for healing others in holistic ways. And our spirit and our soul still carries this. And if we don't heal this from past lives, no matter the amount of work that you're doing, if it's inner child, shadow work, self-love, acceptance, whatever that is, you're never gonna get there if you don't look at the core of your soul's wound. Now, there's many ways that we can go about to heal this, and that's the work I've been doing for myself and for others. But this is the key that will liberate everything else and make everything else easier for you, because you want to live this path and you have this message that you want to share, but there's this force that holds you back, and it's powerful, but it's hard to put a finger on. And what I've seen, these are the most true biggest factors that are there. Once we remove this and we're able to bring into love and peace and recover at least as much as we can in this lifetime, everything else becomes so much easier. Another part of our past lives as well is that many times we've been healers and we were really powerful people, but we misused our power. So there's a lack of trust in us in stepping into power. It's almost like I don't want to be seen, I don't want to receive that power because I don't trust myself. Because in the past, I've misused my power. That's another part that we need to heal. But I want to tell you that just by having the awareness of this, you will start to receive messages and nudges into the direction that will help you to release those. Once you release those, I will tell you, there is this force that is telling you, be seen, show up. Especially when you align that with your mission and your values and your purpose, your life quest, you become an unstoppable force for good. And that's what I want for you. So if you like this video and you want to watch more videos like this where I'm helping you to uncover all these layers and really help you to liberate yourself to be this most beautiful, authentic person that you are, hit subscribe, like this video so you can watch more. Thank you.